Sagittarius. Welcome to your 2014 year ahead astrology forecast. As you enter the year, the new year, Happy New Year, your ruling planet Jupiter is in reverse. It's retrograde. And Jupiter will be reverse until March 6th. So this is a good time for you to use the first few months of the new year to reevaluate your goals, to reevaluate what's right for you, the strategies you're using to achieve your vision, to achieve your dreams, to achieve what you want. Now, I know I did a big reading for all of you for the December. I like to do that now with each sign each month. Spend a little more time there for the birthday people of the month. So in January, I'll focus more on Capricorn because it's their birthday month. And so I did a lot of talking about Saturn, oh, the joys of Saturn. And, you know, believe me, I know, because Saturn is squaring all of the Leos, all of the Aquarians, and opposing the Taurians. And so the fixed signs have really been severely challenged by Saturn, which is causing, for me, I have to watch my energy level. I don't have as much energy as I normally do. And so I have to take more time with things. And fire signs, we don't like to have to take our time with things. Patience is a dirty word for us. And so I understand, how it can feel, having Saturn in the 12th. And some person said, I have to wait 2.5 years for, No, I didn't say that. It's interesting how what I say and what gets heard can be very different with some people. I said when Saturn's in the 12th, it's not the best time to start something new unless it's in alignment with what you've been doing. And Saturn will be in your sign on Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2014. And that's when you're going to be like, whoa, I have all this responsibility. I've gotten what I asked for. And now, gee, I kind of want Saturn back in the 12th because it's easier. And the more you surrender to Saturn and the energies, the easier it gets. In other words, you don't go swimming when the tide is out, right? You wait for the tide to come in and then you go. And so it's very similar with the planets. Timing is everything. I say that all the time. There's a time to sow. There's a time to reap. There's a time to plant. There's a time to harvest. And when Saturn's in the 12th, you are harvesting or reaping everything you've sown for the last 28 to 30 years. And when it enters your sign, you give birth to a new 30-year cycle. And that comes with a whole other set of responsibilities. Just chat with a Scorpio. They'll tell you. They've got Saturn in their sign. And yeah, it's great to have all that power, but it's kind of weighty. Like, oh my goodness, I'm able to manifest what I want, and now I've got the responsibility of that. Now, having it in the 12th is, I think there is definite opportunities there as well. For instance, it's about you really dialing into your spiritual life, okay? Just a small fraction of you is in this body. Your giant, mighty I am presence, which never descends into the physical, is always in the etheric. It's ascended. It's the ascended master part of you. And the more you pull in to your lower bodies, your four lower bodies, your mental, spiritual, and physical bodies, the more you incorporate your God consciousness, the more you see. Sagittarius is the sign of the visionary. And I've included the shift for visionaries here for all of you because many of you that follow my work, my newsletters, my blog, my website, my podcast, you listen to me, you watch me on YouTube. Many of you are visionaries. And visionaries, they can see into the future. They see the bigger picture. They see more clearly in the present. But visionaries have their own set of challenges, which for one is, step one is seeing the present as perfect. You may not like what you have in the present, but you want to see it as perfect because then you can see it as a stepping stone to actualize your vision for your life. So 2014 is going to be a year where you are going to have the opportunity to either actualize your vision or set a new vision for yourself. I highly recommend you use these tools I have for you here to create the life you want, to create a better life. And I think for many of you, you're going to like 2014 better than 2013, especially when your ruling planet enters your sister sign Leo. Now, and that happens on July 17th. Now, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, so it's not a bad placement to have your ruling planet in Cancer. It's just that it's in, like the 12th, the 8th, and the 4th. These are houses that work behind the scenes. They're not houses where like you do something and you immediately see the return, or you do something and you immediately get the feedback. The 8th house has to do with other people's values, your husband's money, your wife's money, your partner's money. It has to do with deep intimacy. It has to do with trust. Who can you trust? It has to do with royalty payout, tax payout, insurance payout, deep passion, deep mysteries. So it's not exactly, the let's throw the party of our lifetime. That will come when the Jupiter enters Leo. And so, but it is a good placement because it's good for money. Jupiter can bring you more money through your taxes. Jupiter can bring you inheritance money. Jupiter can bring money to your partner that you get to benefit from. So it's not a bad placement having it there. And Jupiter loves being in Cancer. It's exalted in Cancer because Jupiter loves that security and feeling that Cancer can bring of home and hearth and emotional expansion and emotional joy. And so Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, which is very good for the Cancers, although they're all dealing with Pluto and Uranus. I know you guys don't like Saturn in your 12th, but you're not dealing with Pluto and Uranus. Now the first week, early degrees of Sagittarius has been dealing with Neptune. And, that is a challenge within itself. It doesn't mean that anything's wrong either, though. When you're dealing with Neptune, it's more of a psychological transit. Like you can worry. And it doesn't mean like anything's off or things aren't good. It's just, you can't rely on the old things you used to rely on, or things that used to do it for you aren't doing it for you. It's really your higher power calling to you. Think about it. Neptune is the most spiritual planet in all of them. Saturn is in the 12th, which is ruled by Neptune, which is extremely spiritual. So there's a huge focus going on here with Saggies about letting go of the superficial, letting go of what no longer serves you, letting go of just coasting on the surface and diving deep into the ocean, diving deep into your unconscious, diving deep into your spiritual life. Take retreats in 2014, take vacations, walk the beach, talk to God. You talk to God just like we're talking right now. It's the same. You are God. Your mighty I am presence is the God part of you, and it's always with you. It's always listening. And watch what happens when you dial into God. Your psychic abilities increase, your intuition increases, the power of manifestation increases, and that's going to be strong in 2014. You say it, you create it. The time difference between saying it and creating it is going to shrink. And so use this time to really incorporate in your spiritual side of life, your deeper side of life, the meaning of life. Who am I? What am I? Why am I here at this time? What does this really mean for my soul purpose? What is my soul purpose? And that's what you want to use Saturn for, and as well as finishing unfinished business. Do you need to finish a degree? Do you need to finish a project? Do you need to finish a business? Do you need to finish a relationship? This is the time to do it. Because when Saturn gets into your sign, you're going to be so busy you're not going to have time to the time you have now. Okay, so and so for those of you, it isn't that you can't have a relationship. You absolutely can. It may be someone from your past lives. It may be someone from your past coming back for you. Now, when Saturn gets in your own sign, that will be the start of new, and that happens at the end of the year. But anything's possible. Love can happen anytime, anywhere, any place. And you have to pay attention to, how good this person is for you, how right this is for you, or is your ego using it as a distraction from your spiritual life? Because that's really what's being asked of you at this time. What's really being asked of you is to delve deep into your spiritual life, is to delve deep into your spirituality. That's what's being asked of you. That's what Saturn's asking of you. That's what Neptune's asking of you. And that's for the people, that are born with 0 to 10 degrees Pisces, because Pisces is Neptune is going to move on. And then Neptune's going to be highly activating those born in the second week of Sagittarius. And you'll know it because you'll just feel like, you're in the world, but you're not of it anymore. You walk in the earth, but you're not, You're not interested in the old things that used to do it for you. You're searching for something deeper. You're searching for more meaning. What you're searching for is your connection to your own soul. Your soul connects you to your higher self. This is the God stuff of you. And if you're feeling lonely, it's because you're disconnecting from your own soul. And so that loneliness cannot be filled by other people or activities or things, the things that used to do it for you. It can only be filled by connecting to your soul. And when you do that, the world becomes your oyster, because you're no longer looking outside of yourself for the answers. You're now going deep within. And you now feel that, it's like nirvana. It's like this energy of peace, of knowing that everything's okay. Everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be good. And it is. It will be. It will be good for you. Now, Venus is retrograde until March 5th in Capricorn, and that is good for money for you, because wherever Venus is, she brings abundance, joy, love, and beauty. And Capricorn is 2 signs from you, and so Venus is helping you in your money. Jupiter's helping you in your money. Venus is helping you in your money. And she will continue to help you until March 6th. And then she'll go into Aquarius, and then you'll be busy in the community and busy with social media, and busy perhaps writing, speaking, teaching, and all of that good stuff. So there is increased financial support for you in 2014. You go into 2014 with Venus in the area of money for you. Yeah, she's retrograde until February 28th, but so what? That just means she's camped out in your money house. That's good. And she may also help you like redefine, your core values, what's true for you, what matters to you, your talents, gifts, and abilities. Using your inner and outer resources to create a better life for yourself. And Uranus is also working for you, because you got to remember, Uranus is in a sister sign. Uranus is in Aries. Aries is a sister sign, and Aries rules the area of life for you that has to do with true love, romance, creative risk-taking, children, love affairs, the love you give to others, self-confidence, creative self-expression. So there can be excitement for you in 2014 with your love life. It's excellent for any project you're working on, any creative project you're working on. And Uranus is going to be in Aries for years and years to come. So this is a boost of energy that comes to you for those of you that are experiencing Uranus trine your Sag moon, your Sag sun, your Sag ascendant, your Sagittarius planets. And this will continue all through 2014, all through 2015, 2016, 2017. So you have several years of enjoying and reaping the harvest of having Uranus in harmony with you. And when Jupiter gets to Leo, I'll talk about that in a minute. I do have to talk about the huge Pluto-Uranus square that's happening. And Uranus is going to square Pluto April 21st and December 14th. The first one I think is going to be the most intense. The most intense months in 2014 will be April and October. And that's because of the eclipses. Now the eclipses don't affect you, personally. There's nothing in Sagittarius. So that's good. And they actually help you, because the first eclipse, so just remember this, April and October are super crazy intense. That's the time not to make any major moves or shifts if you can help it. Now, something might come in where you have to make a decision and you do it. As we get into the months, I'll talk about it in the monthlies. But right now, just know that January, April, and October are going to be, the most intense months. And the reason is because of the Pluto-Uranus square. And Mars is in Libra. Now, Mars in Libra is very favorable for Sagittarius, because Libra harmonizes with you, and Libra rules the area of your life that has to do with being lucky, sudden fortune, sudden windfalls, unexpected breakthroughs, unexpected opportunities, your goals, your hopes, your wishes, the love you receive from others, your friends, where you network, where you party. So Aries and Libra are your party houses. And so this is good for you. Mars is going to be there for 8 months, empowering you, lifting you up, giving you energy, helping you. See, the universe doesn't always just slam us with something. They always give us a way out. And the way out is Uranus for you. The way out is Mars for you. The way out is Jupiter for you. The way out is Venus for you. You have a lot of help going into 2014. So it's very important that you stay proactive and focused on the future. And be patient. Your patience will pay off hugely. Okay, so Pluto and Uranus are at it twice, April 21st and December 14th. The faster moving planets are coming along and activating it. Jupiter is in Cancer, opposing Pluto, squaring Uranus. Mars is triggering the Pluto-Uranus all year. Mars does not finish until June 25th, 2014, when it makes its last opposition to Uranus. So Mars is going over everything. This is going to be kind of intense, but it's not anything you haven't dealt with earlier. You've been dealing with this all of 2012, all of 2013. So, you know, the storm continues in 2014, and then we'll finish with Pluto and Uranus on March 17th, 2015. But Mars is a major player in 2014. Mars is going over Pluto, Uranus, and Jupiter, forming a grand square that's 4 squares and 2 oppositions all of 2014. Now, for you, it's not happening in the action houses, the 1st, the 7th, the 10th. It's in the the financial area for you, but it isn't necessarily negative because Mars supports Sagittarius. Uranus supports Sagittarius. Your ruling planet is exalted in Cancer, and then your ruling planet moves into Leo, which pulls out of the Pluto-Uranus. So I don't think 2014 is going to be as intense as 2013, even with this stuff going on. I think as soon as Jupiter enters Leo, it no longer is making Pluto and Uranus worse. It's now trining Uranus. And Jupiter and Uranus are the most luckiest planets put together. Can bring sudden windfalls, you win the lottery, you get published. You know, big things happen that are really, really, really good that you sit back and go, OMG. And so, fill in the blank, OMG, fill in the blank. Okay, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But when we go into the new year, January 1st, we have Capricorn, which is Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. We have the new moon in Capricorn on January 1st. And that is kicking off the Pluto-Uranus. And it's kicking off the Libra new moon on October 4th. So whatever was going on for you in October, you might be feeling some of that in January. Because Mars is now at 12 degrees Libra, where the new moon in Libra was on October 4th, squaring the sun and the moon, opposing Uranus, and squaring Jupiter. That's 4 squares, 2 oppositions. And that's really intense. I think it's going to be, people, starting trouble, arguing, right, fighting. I'm right. No, I'm right. You're not really involved in it, so don't get involved, right? I'd say be the Cancer, be the Crab, sidestep, do the cha-cha. Hey, that's great. You're all right. You're all right. I love you all. And I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to go to the lake. I'm going to go walk the woods. I'm going to walk the dog. I'm going to exne, ile, out of here, kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's really not about you. And so why get caught into the brouhaha when it could be much ado about nothing? This could be much ado about nothing. And like I said, Mars is in a favorable sign for you for 8 months. Mars is in Libra. Libra sextiles you. Libra feeds you, and you feed the Libra part. And so you don't need to be, antagonistic or involved in it, right? Most of this has nothing to do about anything. What is that? What's that? Much Ado About Nothing, that Shakespeare play. Much Ado About Nothing. And this could be Much Ado About Nothing. So ride it. Don't get involved in it. You've got so much to look forward to. Mars is empowering you. Mars is giving you energy. Mars is helping you look at your goals and see if your goals are still a right fit for you. Mars wants you to evaluate your friends and the groups you belong to. Are they still a right fit for you? It just is as we evolve, we raise in vibration, and when we're at a higher vibration, those at a lower vibration, it just doesn't fit. And so if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. So think about that. And there'll be intense times throughout the year. April is a really intense time. because of the eclipses. We have a lunar eclipse in Libra on April 14th and 15th. And then we have an annulla solar eclipse. That's not a total solar eclipse, but it feels like it. It doesn't matter. It feels it. Solar eclipse on April 28th and 29th at 9 degrees Taurus. So the Libra is lighting up a fun part of your chart. The Libra is lighting up your goals, your friends, your hopes, your wishes, the love you receive from others, sudden opportunities, sudden money coming your way, money from the job you work at, or money from the organization you belong to, or the money from the business you own on the up. Okay. Then there's a total lunar eclipse on October 8th and 9th at 15 degrees Aries. That's your love life. That's a fun place to have an eclipse. So the love life is picking up. The joy is picking up. The creative self-expression is picking up. Projects are picking up. And then there's a final solar eclipse in Scorpio. It's a partial solar eclipse on October 23rd, but it still feels like a full solar eclipse, whether it's partial or annulla, at 0 degrees Scorpio on October 23rd. And that is for you behind the scenes. So again, it's the last one, and it's at 0 degrees, which means this is the, you know, the 12th house is the house of God. So you're in the hands of God. And so God is saying, you know, are you merging with me? Are you pulling me into your consciousness? Are you moving from ego? Or are you moving from higher power? Are you moving from love? Or are you moving from fear? And this last eclipse, we're not going to get another one for another 19 years, not until 2032 and 33. This is the last area where it's going to be in this part of your life, and then it moves to the fun houses, the 11th and the 5th, and that's the Aries and the Libra. And then in 2015, they're all in Aries and Libra, which is fun. And then Saturn is in Saggy, and you know, so it's good. There's a lot to look forward for you. Now there's 3 Mercury retrogrades, February 6th through the 28th, June 7th through July 1st, and then October 4th through the 25th. Don't make any decisions in October if you can help it. If you can, you know, wait, and I'll talk about this in the monthlies, but it's much better to wait until Mercury is direct, because we never have all the facts, we never see all the details, and the devil's always in the details, and then it comes back to bite us, you know, or we buy a lemon computer, a lemon car, you know, so wait until Mercury goes direct before, you know, you make any major purchases or get married or start a new job or start a new business. But I'll go into that in the details in the months ahead. For you, the second half of 2014 is going to be a complete step up, because Jupiter enters your sister sign, Leo, on July 17th. And Leo is a fire sign, like Sagittarius and Aries. So now only Sagittarius are getting this. You're getting grand fire trine, because Uranus is in Aries, and it's going to start trining with Jupiter in Leo. That is unbelievable breakthroughs. That is the most favorable aspect of all the aspects. And it's my favorite aspects. Hooking up Jupiter with Uranus are my favorite. And the trine is the easiest, because it's just positive energy. It's gifts from the gods. It is all the crap you've been through, you are now being rewarded for. And so for many of you, travel will be excellent in the second part of you know, July 17th on. Education, romance, perhaps from a soulmate that's further away from you, but you've met over the internet, or you've met, you know, traveling. And again, I'll go into this as the months go on. When we get to July, I'll go into it in August and so on. But you really have a lot to look forward to, because Mars is going to enter Sagittarius too in October, closer to October, and end of September, October, and then Mars is going to be in your sign, trining Jupiter, trining Uranus. That's a grand fire trine. It doesn't get any better than that, okay? And that is, you know, success, opportunity, coming through love, coming through creative risk-taking, coming through excitement in your love life, coming through projects, coming through opportunities to get published, opportunities to launch a website, to launch a business on the internet, opportunities to travel, opportunities to have incredible breakthroughs in your life. Jupiter and Uranus bring opportunities, of a lifetime, where, somebody just calls you up and makes you an incredible offer that is just like you're saying, OMG, I can't believe that this is happening. And that starts in July, and that'll go on until till July of 2050. And then Jupiter goes into Virgo, which expands your business in the world, which expands your career. That's the go for it time. And we'll talk about that later. But you have so much to look forward to in 2014, especially when Jupiter gets to Leo and starts harmonizing with Uranus and making these incredible grand trines to your Sag Sun, to your Sag Moon, to your Sag Ascendant. And I'm telling you, it is breakthrough time. It is sudden windfalls. It's opportunities coming your way where you're just pinching yourself and you're like, am I dreaming this, or is this really happening? It's really happening, Sagittarius. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, and sharing my podcast. You're so awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you would like to work with me, it's very easy. The links are below. And until next time, who cares if the sky cares to fall in the sea? Who cares what banks fell at Yonkers? As long as you've got the kiss that conquers, why should I care? My life is one long jubilee, as long as I care for you and you care for me.